JG.
Oh god, the amount of times I'd invade Poland would be ludicrous.
I might want to stab my ears after a while, but that's why I have headphones, and that's why I spend my entire day with them in.
Well, isn't stabbing yourself in the ear softly just headphones anyway?
Yeah.
It's a violent headphone.
Alright, so we are back and we're trying something different. It's an idea I've had for a while. Just me and a couple of the guys from D&D shooting the shit. So the general idea I've had is, again, just us shooting the shit, but we wanted to pick some kind of topic to at least start on and go from there.
And of course, what did Sketch pick?
Well, yeah, so the idea
He's trying to cover himself, people.
No, I'm not.
Talking anime titties.
Not necessarily anime titties, but that's what kind of started it. So yesterday, we were talking about, what was it, the Impossible Burger, and I posted I posted this clip from Teen Titans that was Raven and saying like, "Oh, whatever." Hey, Nixu, what's up, man? Whatever the content of was, but it made me think is like, I've always had these cartoon crushes in our life. I assume I'm not the only one.
No, you're the only one who's ever been crushing on a cartoon. Get a real girl, you weirdo.
I have a real girl. None of you can say that.
I don't really think Whitney count, but either way.
Oh, don't tell her that. She will beat you. She will fly to Australia and beat you.
Animation.
Yeah.
But
okay,
yeah. So it was just an idea, and because when I was looking at it, I was like, you know, there's always been that kind of girl, and it's always kind of affected us and kind of shaped us to a certain degree. Well, like, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, you guys start off.
Well,
I'm just thinking.
Because I was thinking, it's like that kind of not necessarily dictates, but that kind of points to the kind of girls you're into.
Yeah, that's very true.
Speaking of. Yes.
What are you talking shit?
No, we're not talking. Well, Tyro was, but that's Tyro.
Oh, that's Tyro.
Absolutely, madam.
Oh, now he's all polite.
But no, we were talking about, like, the thing that I was talking about is cartoon crushes, and I was like, you know, thinking about it now, the thing that triggered this thought process to me was Raven from Teen Titans, and then there's you. Don't know what I'm talking.
I don't.
I will show you later.
So
It's a good thing.
Yes.
Talking shit about me up in here.
I'm not talking shit about you, Tyro is,
No,
but that's
I know
what he
Tyro.
does.
I know Tyro.
are we actually gonna do this, or
We are doing it. What are you talking about?
well, no, as you had a string of thought, and I was waiting for you two idiots to go.
Well,
while we're talking about cartoon characters, it's not tangentially related. Have you guys heard about Project Melody?
Yes, I have.
What's your opinion on it?
I don't care, obviously.
I find it hilarious, to be honest.
That too.
Oh, they go up in flames all over it. Hi, Whitney.
How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Okay, well, I'll just fuck off then, I guess.
I'm sorry.
Ciao, bitches.
Adios.
Almost done.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay.
Sorry.
So that has to be cut later.
I think it's hilarious that they all go all up in flames.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about, though. That's the problem.
There is the website called Chatterbait, and there are physically attractive women who are able to draw some money out of pockets.
Some not so physically attractive women.
Yeah, and one person went up and created a motion capture suit and all of it, and offered an anime version of that, like a big-eyed anime cartoon character.
Yeah.
And that thing blew up so extremely that it shook Chatterbait to its core. The difference between this Project Melody, who was on spot 1 of Chatterbait, it was the most popular stream on Chatterbait at the time. The difference between number 1, her, and the second most viewed person was massive. I think Melody had 15,000 interactions during the stream, tokens and whatnot, and all these other women went crazy, went ballistic over this, because all of a sudden a cartoon stole all of their audience, even though it's a person in a motion capture suit, actually, not a wholly.
It might not. There's a very good chance it wasn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
But that was one of the things I was saying. But that kind of goes to it. Is like, that's one of the advantages animation has for real women, except for like the obvious disadvantage is they're not real.
Yeah.
So I've actually seen, like, especially like, I recently had the talk with my girlfriend. It's like, I've seen what you've jerked off to, and it's like, yeah, but those are fake. And I've seen some people who definitely have a disassociation between real and fake women.
Oh yeah.
In terms of physical look, I actually knew a couple of guys in school who were like, I want a woman who is like, I don't know, I can't think of the actual character, but it's like Chi-Chi or something. I'm like, you want to be punched in the face multiple times?
I don't know.
It's the artificial allows for anything. Anything goes. You can have tits the size of medicine balls if you really want to.
And that's kind of what I was saying, is like, cartoon women and animated women can be. Oh shit! Sorry, I clicked on.
Can be. Oh shit! There we go.
But they can be literally whatever you want, whatever your perfect woman is or perfect character. You can have that.
Yes, exactly.
And
pornography especially allows idealization. Like, I don't think anyone in their right mind would say, yeah, I'm going to marry a porn star. These people are not real.
Like, here's the thing.
Someone recently married Mia Khalifa, so.
Holy
God.
shit.
Yeah. Like, but again, fake tits, and slightly damaged by hockey puck. You didn't hear about that?
What happened?
Mia Khalifa got smacked in the tit, and the tit ruptured.
Oh, is that what? No, I thought that was her tit job was bad.
No, she got smacked in a it's.
Oh no! Wait, the actual silicone busted.
Yeah, the silicone busted.
Oh God!
Her tit exploded.
You don't have this with you don't have this with animated titties.
No, they just explode in milk.
Laws of physics.
No, so, but here's actually, I want to ask you. So, what was your first crush that was a cartoon? First one that you can remember.
Crush or physically attracted to?
No, crush. Like, because physically attracted to, like, let's go through the list of.
I mean, physically attracted would easily start with, I think, Jessica Rabbit.
Oh no, that was. Yeah, wait, you never saw Jessica Rabbit?
No.
The only cartoon character to actually have bush, like, canonically confirmed that they have bush.
I never saw these movies. I watched Lion King when I was 18 for the first time.
Oh God, Nala and the fuck me eyes.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. They had the exact meaning that everybody forced them into.
I'll admit. Okay, so hang on. So, who did you say you did sketch?
Well, like the first physically Jessica Rabbit, but then it goes from there, like Space Jam with Lola Bunny, and that goes in.
Sorry, Lola Bunny was mine, and
that goes into why people became furries.
Oh yeah, no, like I actually had a conversation with my dad once when he found out my brother was furry, and it was like, how do you get into this stuff? And I showed him a picture of the Lion King, and he's like, "What's that?" And it's like, "That's a scene from the Lion King." And he went, "That can't be it." And I showed him the video of "Let Me Be Good to You" by in the Basil the Great Mouse Detective, a film I watched multiple times when I was a kid. which, for those of you who are watching or watching in the future, has a burlesque scene.
Yes.
We're not talking, a little bit of, cheeky whatever. We have a
A
mount.
full dance.
Yeah. Full can burlesque in a dive bar with men drinking alcohol. And she is actually, if you really get into the technicalities of it, she is doing a strip. She takes her skirt off, turns around, and shows her tuchus.
I miss
Yeah.
old cartoons.
They were so more sophisticated.
Yeah, and then it's like, how do we see? And then, okay, I
Mm.
only recently started watching anime, like
Mhm.
quite consistently. Like my stuff was always, hey, I gotta watch, the first 20 minutes of Naruto before I go to school. And I'm not gonna lie, I found out soon. What's her face? The blonde with the big.
Oh
annoying
yeah.
little Tsunade or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I found out she was like, it was like, hello, backbreakers.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it was always the first
mm.
20 episodes, and then, they go, hey, Australian kids aren't watching this, or it actually gets really, story meaningful, so change.
Oh.
And then I watched Gurren Lagann.
Oh my god.
I can't remember the chick's name, but I cannot forget that outfit.
Yoko.
Yeah. Just yikes.
Yeah.
That definitely would have made me late for school.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So
Them
Still
anime
thinking.
titties.
actually, I got a question. Actually, so Akila, you haven't said who you were first, attracted to, or what got you.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. Like,
Well, I got a question.
I can't remember a lot from my youth anyway, so that's that. And
So
I don't think I had a specific anime or cartoon crush per se, like in the sense of a crush.
Well,
There was nothing going through your mind when you were beating it off as a teenager. I felt.
well, that's what I think is.
That's what I try to differentiate, because
Yeah.
being attracted to someone, yeah, I had that a couple of times. Naruto, oh god, I will never forget these shows. But a crush in sense of a crush, no.
Yeah. Okay. Like I never had a crush.
Yeah.
But no.
Okay.
Here's a better question then. Here's something, if I might sketch.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's also Maid Marian, I have to admit.
Fuck yeah, that is. I didn't watch Robin Hood as much as I should have. Everyone did. You know why? Because I don't know why. Like she's a fox.
Yeah.
She's not wearing an outfit that should be stereotypical
She's
for a
human
fox.
enough.
Well, that's
the thing.
that whole movie
Right.
was the Disney anthro at that
Adaptation.
time. Because like even there's actually people who point out that who is it, Baloo?
Yeah, is Little John
Is Little John in that movie? They used almost the exact same animation.
Yeah, well, okay. There's an actual real reason.
Oh, yeah.
thing.
I understand that. I'm just saying it's like that's what Disney did at that time.
Well, actually, it was an interesting when I found out. It's because Disney animators were not artists. They were, taught how to draw like this is Baloo. Can't draw Baloo. When they said, "Hey, let's make his friend a bear," Baloo. But no, I got a question for you then. We're all furry. Some more than others.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, and we contribute in our own way. I'm the loudmouth, Akila's the actual porn artist, and Sketch is furry
Come with me.
adjacent.
yeah, adjacent.
Yeah,
I like the
that
porn.
sounds about right.
And that's about it.
Yep. So now here's my question. First, what got you into the because there is a bit of you got to admit there is a bit of a leap between this a character that I'm actually attracted to who is anthropomorphic.
Okay, you go first,
What?
Sarah.
Okay.
I'll let him finish.
No, it's fine. What got you started down that furry road? Like, if you could see yourself as a slippery slope, what would have started that? Mine was actually Cinder from
Spyro.
yes, Spyro.
Skylanders?
No. Okay, so the Spyro Reignited trilogy, right?
Yeah.
So those 3 games there was a couple of other games, like I think it was Enter the Dragonfly on the PlayStation 2, and then A Hero's Tale on the PlayStation 2.
Oh, she was
But
in
then
a game before Skylanders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to say mine was
hang on.
Crystal.
Well, no, let me
ahead.
finish. Trust me, there's a good reason.
Go
that-
ahead.
Because in this game, when Activision got the thing, they went, "All right, let's make an actual, a story. Let's make it instead of Spyro gets roped into another adventure. Wah, wah. It is actually like an actual movie, and there was some actual big names in it, like Elijah Wood, Gary Oldman,
Really?
and yeah,
Damn.
Bree Summers. Yeah, like this is not something to sneeze at. These were actual.
That was
actors.
Hero's Tale?
No, it was A New Beginning. The Legend of Spyro is the actual title for it. It had 3 games.
Okay.
A New Beginning, The Eternal Night, and Dawn of the Dragon. The first game, you actually had Sparks go from the health meter. I think he still was the health meter or something like that. Actually, no, he wasn't. You actually had a real health meter and combos and such like that. Anyway, Sparks from a health meter to an actual character, and he was voiced by something I can't remember. David Spade, if that that certainly got the reaction. Anyway, so in the game, you find out that Cinder and Spyro are technically, brood hatchlings, whatever. Like
They're siblings.
they're not really siblings, but they're like cousins. They were born at the same time.
Okay.
And Sparks, again, voiced by Elijah Wood. Spyro was voiced by Elijah Wood, by the way.
Okay, so Spyro is voiced by Elijah Wood, and
Yes,
Sparks is voiced
and
by David Spade.
Yeah,
Joe
apparently.
Dirt.
So it says, Spyro, parentheses, about Cinder, in parentheses. But if we come from the same place, then why is she so evil, monstrous, big, sexy? Oops, did I just say that? Sparks said that! And then the cookie started to crumble, and yeah.
Yeah.
I only just learned to turn safe search
Look,
off, and
yeah.
oh boy. Best part is I got to blame it on some bullies in the school.
Yeah.
Mom found out. I said, some older boys told me to do it. They went, I know who it is. They got in trouble. Yep.
That's a
And
good one.
then I was in the Spyro fandom for a while, and then I saw, Fur Affinity has actual porn instead of DeviantArt.
Mm.
Let's fucking take a look. And here I am.
Oh.
Still a dragon 10 so years later, and fuck, I'm old.
Yeah.
No, you aren't.
Anyway. So, what about you guys? What was the first thing to make your dingle dangle?
Okay. I think Sketch just went off screen.
I'm right here. I
He
just
went
had to let
chasing
the cat out of the
pussy.
room. So yeah, for me it was Crystal from Star Fox Adventures.
Yep, that's a staple for everybody.
Because it's like, okay, there's hot fox girl in bikini. Mm.
Fair enough.
Let's give Princess Leia a bush. What, you mean a little bit of pubic fur, like the 80s porn stars? No, all over her.
Just all over. Everywhere.
I am the bush.
Yeah, that one's just kind of there. There's not much looking into it, and then I know it was after that game came out that me and my friend were like starting to get into the ideas of game development. We were like 11. So we were writing all these ideas down, but had no idea about any kind of programming or anything. And so we actually came up with an idea for a game that was basically 100% anthro characters.
Okay, but what was it? Just porn, or did you?
No,
actually have
it was an actual serious adventure game.
So kind of Conker's Bad Fur Day, but less.
Yeah, I'd say more Legend of Zelda.
Ah. See, I would actually like that. Like, okay, hang on, wait. No, we have to do Aquila. You're the artist.
Yeah.
You actually
wasn't an-
have probably a different story.
I
Also, I love
wasn't
how
an
your icon
artist.
is. Sorry.
Hmm?
I just love how
I
your
wasn't
icon on
an
the stream is. Oh, I can't believe I'm stuck between these two.
Oh yeah, Cass is it's made by Fur-Ther Cass. Go check her out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thing I wasn't an artist when I became furry actually. That happened a little bit later. Like I was like 10 maybe.
Oh god, a
And
young bloomer.
it was of all things Renamon from Digimon. Them hips didn't
Ah.
lie.
Yeah. Renamon is definitely
Yep.
up there.
Why is it that I'm the
And-
outlier? You're both foxes slash like stereotypical furry starters, and I'm like Cinder because of a dragonfly.
It's
the fuck?
it's the body.
Yeah, no, won't lie.
Yeah, it's definitely that very central body, and yeah, I went onto the internet actually and just typed in like fuck Renamon, just the name, and there was some picture that was a little bit more explicit, and mind you, that was on my stepdad's computer, and I didn't know anything about computer security, so they had full access what I looked at.
Yeah.
And no, not my stepfather's then. No, it was on my stepdad's computer, but my father was still alive at that time. And yeah, I went to this strange fucked up website. It was just awfully coded. It was really bad, and that was the first furry porn that I've ever seen. I still remember.
Was it
that was the
VCL?
artist. No, what was it?
I think the actual
I don't
first
remember.
porn
And
I saw
still
was.
remember the.
Never mind.
I still remember the name. It was made by Carabina. 2004, I think, was the date.
Do you
that
actually have the picture?
showed. I remember the picture that it was the first picture that I saw about furry porn. Yeah. So
Would you believe that I also that? Would you believe something that I started down Cinder's thighs,
Mhm.
but it got really fast tracked when I was looking for an English cover for a story or something like that we were reading or
Mhm.
something like that. And I looked up Wolf Girl,
Aha.
and then
and then
I found this picture. It was actually safe for work, believe it or not. It was just a wolf in a t-shirt with it pulled down so you could see a little bit of cleavage by furry standards and covering the crotch area. And I was like, okay, there's porn of this of other shit now.
I think the first
oh,
I think the first one I ever saw was Hightail Hall.
Oh god,
No
that's
idea.
an old one.
Yeah, that's
That's an old Flash game. I like the zebra from that one. Not gonna lie,
everyone likes that one.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh right, HTX. Yeah, I remember now.
And then they came out with 2, and it just kind of chugged along and never had anything actually happen. Polar Bear was
I
nice.
I mean, knowing how this goes and the age and all of it and the process of becoming an artist, but the character models were abysmal.
Yeah, but for someone who has no frame of reference, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It was great back then.
Yeah.
By the way, what if I told you that Hightail Hall's still going and it's much bigger than before? It's a Patreon thing before the official release. Trust me. Huge.
I believe it.
Yeah, why not?
Like he was at I think Crowchild is the guy who runs it, was getting paid before Patreon was a thing. 2 had like a gold membership, and yeah, the not 2 Griffin, Hightail Hall 2 had like a gold membership where you got more scenes, you got access to more stuff. I knew this was
I
going to
think
go
the
furry
dude's
really
actually
quick.
Australian, if I want to believe it.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe.
I could probably go over and give him a tenner right now.
Maybe he doesn't give you a lap dance for it.
Oh God! If he puts a zebra mask on, sure.
Oh my.
Oh God, no.
Or-
But no, like
But
anyway.
thing is, with the art and all of that, when it started, it wasn't furry at all. Like I remember there was this one guy at my school when I was still, what was it, 8th or 9th grade. So not much
you-
later, I already was a furry, but I didn't draw much. I was really fucking bad. And
well, everyone's
there
bad
was
when
this, there was this guy from I think it was Kyrgyzstan, like far away somewhere
Oh,
in Asia.
Kyrgyzstan? Damn.
Yeah, Kyrgyzstan. I've been working with the dude from. There are plenty of people from Kyrgyzstan in Germany, but I digress. And he was a manga aficionado, and he once gave me this it wasn't a hentai manga,
Have a good
but
one, Nixu.
it wasn't safe either. Like there were boobs, but there were no porn in it.
It was etchy.
Yeah, exactly. And I looked it through, and I was like, oh,
Oh.
nice. Oh my. And from there it just went down.
Yeah. And I've actually had those interesting conversations about those kind of things because there was that video I showed you about what was it fucking called? Funimation accidentally picked up
Oh yeah.
I'm calling it porn, I'm calling it softcore, but there's actually been people who are like, that's not actual porn. It's like, look, dude, watch one of the episodes. There's tits all over the place. The one episode I sent you, Akila, there's imprints of a vagina on meat.
Yeah. Yeah, on the fire demon thing.
I think she was a
succubus.
salamander.
Yeah, but still there was basically second grade pussy in it.
Yeah, and then there right at the end, she is very clearly jerking him off. There is no way to misinterpret what's happening.
Oh, also she drags this angel down.
Yeah. Yeah, so Tyro, to understand what we're talking about, it's a show called
oh fuck me.
I think the actual name is Interspecies Reviewers. That's the English name. And basically Funimation picked up this show.
Franchise.
They went through an entire episode, or I think at least halfway through an episode, before realizing, oh shit, this is porn.
I mean, the show is absurd and kind of entertaining, but also, well, it's porn.
No, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you say interspecies reviewers,
Yeah.
and I'm like, isn't that an old comic on like for Affinity or something?
Very likely. Because basically the premise of the show is it's a fantasy world, and these two guys and an angel trap are going to all of the different brothels around the fantasy world and reviewing them.
It's just creepy, but strangely entertaining.
So it's Yelp for freaking porn.
Yelp for whores.
So it's Yelps so the only way they Yelp is when you stick it in the butthole with no lube. Okay.
Unless they're into that.
They have succubi there, so they enjoy everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can suck my butt whenever they want. I regret not.
Yeah, like
what kept you in the fan? If not for the porn, then what kept you in it?
I like drawing furry art.
Yeah, how the hell did you didn't start out as an artist and you became one? What sort of masochistic bastard are you?
One who ends up becoming a furry artist. No, it was that upset me for a little while actually, because 2011 an artist called Artus Nadorian died, and he was the guy who actually got me into drawing furry stuff.
Really?
Yeah, he died in a car accident in a pretty convoluted section of a city, and I think he was also. I don't know if this is true, so don't quote me on that. it's a podcast on the internet. It will be. Um,
Yep.
I think he was associated
Hi,
with
Twitter.
Mars in some way. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, and this guy got me into drawing or drawing furry stuff because aside from it being lewd art, it was like, this shit is actually good. I want to be able to do that. And so I picked up, started drawing more, and now here I am drawing my own stuff and actually get commissioned and stuff, and really happy about it.
Yeah.
But
If anyone's listening and they want a commission, go contact Aquila.
He does very, very artistic paintings of dicks and boobs.
My icon right now is made by Aquila, and this is one of his older things when he actually still did physical painting, and he's only gotten better since.
I want to get back into it. Really, I love the sound of oil on the dirt of it. It's amazing.
Ew,
but I digress.
Gross.
That's weird.
Oh, that is gross.
Yeah, come on, you can't actually have passion.
What?
You can't actually have passion and like the subtle nuances of actually doing your craft. God damn it! We're talking about porn here, man. Come on.
No,
I'm supposed to beat off to this.
I was just saying like the sound of oil, like that's like me saying I really like the sound when I put anti-seize on a bolt and I screw that in.
I mean, okay, I won't lie. There is definitely there is a sound to it.
Yeah, no, it now that I think about it, I'll take it back a bit because it's like pen on paper or pencil on paper. I can see that.
Or reading a
Good
book
old days.
that's actually or reading a book as opposed to
and the smell of it and all of it and getting really messy with the colors and all of it. It's just such a wonderful experience. Even though I still have that goddamn husky, man.
What?
I back when I was working at the printing shop, they tend to cut pieces of wood, and over time a lot of garbage wood just accumulated and they threw it out in a periodic manner. And every time they did, I was like, hey, can I have that? And can I have that? And can I have that? And then I picked out a lot of pieces of wood over time to paint on them. And one of them has a picture of a husky on them. I painted it once, then I overpainted it again because it sucked the first time. And now it's just standing in the corner collecting dust, but I should finish it because, well, it's a painting.
Is it your painting of shame? Or is it something you actually want to do? Well?
I actually want to do.
Okay, because like I keep one of my Grey Knights as my model of shame, as the very first model I painted, and it's horrendous. But I'll try not to divulge too much into that.
I do the same thing. I mean, I've got I'm doing a blacksmithing course, and I've got metal spike around here somewhere if I haven't lost.
I don't have these pictures anymore. The first pictures. I've destroyed them all.
Yeah, because you have a bit of a habit of losing shit too.
No, that was an intentional act of just destroying them.
Yeah. That like, anyone gonna start out drawing, don't destroy your shit. You'll actually
don't break your initial works. You will cherish them 10, 12 years later. Where I am right now.
Yep.
Yeah, like seriously, I've got so the steel spike that I've got, because blacksmithing, they teach you the basics first. They don't just say, "Hey, here's a horseshoe, make one."
Yeah.
Actually, I'm proud of this. Like, I did this on my first. Wait, first or second? No, first day of
like a railroad spike or something.
Nah, it's I'll put a picture of it later. But it's literally what we were doing. Is the exercise was how to do a tape on a piece of metal. And so we just grab a metal rod, hold it up at an angle, start hitting quarter turn, hitting it, quarter turn, hit quarter turn. And then you realize, okay, you can make the square into an octagon, and then you heat it up again over an acetylene torch, and then you start knocking it in actual smooth thing. It's a little elliptical for my taste, and I kind of want to go back on it, but honestly, it is really good. And then I compare it to like something I knocked out for, what you'd call like Aquila's warm-up sketch, right?
Okay.
like that sketch you do just to get your strikes in, your hands
Yeah, yeah.
warmed up, all that. Yeah,
Preparation.
it's something that
basically.
I'll definitely keep. Also because it's really good at like poking buttons, like my car button, just in case.
Well,
You
it's
just keep it
practical.
with your car and just start poking shit.
No,
You do not?
no. What do you mean? You don't? Oh,
Really? You're a little bit on the weird side, aren't you, Sketch?
Uh-huh. I'll keep them random metal in my truck.
sorry about that. I just got reminded that I need to be outside soon. Anyway,
Okay.
Alright.
it's nearly been an hour. It's fine. Let's keep going.
Yeah. So going.
Go
Going.
on. Come on.
I was
Come on,
just
mate. We've got time limits here.
We got sidetracked heavily.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Even though that's
shit.
pretty much what the point of this is literally just sit around for an
Talking.
hour, shoot the shit, pick something to go off of, and
And
we
then
decided
see
to
where it
pick anime titties, and of course that led into furry titties.
And then
That's the
blacksmithing
natural
somehow.
progression of things.
Well, that's how conversations go. Is they start in one place and they end in a completely different place.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, if you're not afraid to have an actual conversation instead of
Yeah.
just sticking to one thing and then that's it.
Yeah, you get to places. It's just the way things go when you
And
talk over
I think
time.
those are more interesting to listen to in general, because start talking about random shit.
Mhm. Also, you can talk about one topic just for so long before it's getting either repetitive or boring,
Mm-hmm.
and or.
Yeah, or it just
Yeah, that's true.
pisses you off every time you think about it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna not go into the argument I was having with someone else on the internet before this, but
Yeah. God, that could never end well.
oh, it never does.
Uh,
Never does.
No, it doesn't.
Don't argue with people on the internet, even if they're wrong.
Especially if they're wrong, because they're too stupid to realize it 90% of the time.
Or if they're right.
See, if they are right and they can back it up, that's when I have no problem. Just be like, okay, cool, that's fine. You have proven me wrong, or at least you have proven your point, and I understand it. And you have made your point. You have backed up your point. I still disagree with you, but at least you've made your point.
Yeah, I mean, you also got to factor in the I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like, either because someone's, either because it's opinionated, or it is just an opinion. You don't have to agree with everybody on it.
No.
Yeah,
course
no,
not.
and I completely agree with that. Like,
Ironically.
Yeah.
Ironically.
A lot of people think that you have to be like friends must always agree or something like
On
that.
everything. But
Trust me,
then
that
there
just
is
gets boring.
but then there's also great lack of discourse or what's the term?
Deviation.
Yeah, and exchange of ideas. When everybody is just the same, then there's little space for actual decent discussions.
Yeah, and that's
Or you get into echo chambers where everybody agrees with everything, and then all of a sudden, freaking,
Yeah,
all
things
men
go
are
down there.
all men are racist, or all black people are thieves, or all white people are racist, yada
All
yada.
of
And it
these
gets to
things,
yeah.
like this. Everything like that is basically because of echo chamber.
Yeah.
There's also these things about how people act and how foul speech is being used in conversations, especially amongst friends and in groups. And it seems to have turned out that people who tend to insult each other in a cherishable, in a friendly manner, tend to be better friends than people who are friendly with each other all the time.
Oh, that's,
Like, if I call Tyrone stupid asshole and we laugh after it because it was a fun moment in the context, then this indicates that we are on a better friendly relationship than if we would be all polite all the time.
yeah. I was like, people. This joke is old, but it's like, when guys stop talking or go their separate ways for the day. Like, see you later, fuckhead. Yeah, I'll talk to you later, faggot. and then and then with girls it's like, oh, I'll see you later, princess. I love you, angel. And then immediately later they just talking shit about each other.
Yep.
Mhm.
And that's not all women, of course. But that's just
It's observation and perhaps averages. I don't know anything about how the difference between male and female friendly interaction is.
Let me just go get that statistic.
Oh,
But yeah, communication is a weird thing, and not everything is as it seems. That's why you can't use or why you can't take things at face value in that regard. If Tyra and I suddenly start to insult each other, someone on the outside probably could see this as us having a fight while we are just, talking with each other like we usually do.
we would legitimately like someone goes, please stop fighting. International relations are most important. It's like, oh, it's not a fight. This is a fight. And I'd punch him in the jaw.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, actually, I'd probably slap you across the face. Like,
And
I was
I
actually
kick you in the
thinking,
shin.
yeah, exactly. Like, it's it's the difference between friends and enemies is you can pull a practical joke on your enemy and then run away.
Mm.
You can pull a practical joke on your friends and then stick around laughing at their ass.
Exactly.
Like, I can't remember. It's hard to do it in real life, but I saw a video. Oh, sorry, it's hard to do over online, but you could get Whitney to do what is it? Do it on Whitney if you want a sketch. I mean, at your own peril.
Yeah, at my own peril.
You get an invisible string. You hold them up and you show the invisible string, and you loop it through their ears. You stand behind them, and you get to hold. You put your hand on put your hands on both sides of the head, holding both ends of the
I know
string,
exactly
right?
where this is going.
And then you get them to hold one end of the string, right? And then they pull.
And then you whack across the head. Yeah, I knew that one.
Like, that is and if you do that to Whitney, she will beat the shit out of you. You're gonna do it, aren't you?
I'm thinking about it.
Probably not.
Do it, you pansy. Come on, do it at
He
least
wants
once.
to live another couple decades.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
That's
No,
a,
you
At least
don't.
one more.
But yeah,
that's
like
a low ambition. man.
that sort of stuff you can do with your friends, but you can't really do that with enemies.
Or strangers said that.
Oh no, you can do it with
Enemies-
strangers. You just have to be a magician.
Yeah.
Enemies are hostile to begin with, so there is not much there.
Well, that's
to
like
go from.
I think someone called it like the Jefferson effect or something similar to that. Is if you're talking to someone you don't like or they don't like you and you want to make them like you, ask them to do something. Like, even the most simplest thing is just ask someone you don't like or someone that doesn't like you to do something for you, and somewhere in their brain little gears start clicking and they start liking you more.
Like, can you give me the glass or something, for instance?
Yeah, just like, hey, can you
Something small.
hey, do you have a pencil I can borrow? Just like little
Well,
simple things.
My
Yeah.
experience was then you get said, "Fuck no, get away."
Yeah. Well, then those are just assholes you don't want to talk to.
Yeah. There's a difference between that,
Hmm.
But side tangents again. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Well, I was actually gonna try
Oh,
and because like it's one of those things like whenever talking with one of the burn the fur fags people, it doesn't matter what your opinion, what your stance, how deep you go into the fandom. Is people on the outside, they don't want to talk to you. Well, there's some people who are just, they have this ironclad opinion of something that they know nothing about, and they don't realize that it's just like, no, I don't want to fuck a dog. It's that I played Star Fox Adventures as a kid, and I'm like, okay, that's hot.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
it's and that's one thing actually about furries that I've had to explain to people. It's like it's not the fact that I want a dog. I look at a dog and go, oh, good boy, pat, pat.
Yep.
I look at Crystal and go,
I try to.
Damn.
Got some nice titties there.
Yeah,
I-
like
I
which.
once-
What? Mhm.
I once tried to explain this to somebody who was on the outside, and it's like there has to be a certain amount of human characteristics for it to be attractive.
Yes, like I've seen people that actually have a slider. It's like what is it? It goes from 1 to 4, as far as I'm aware. It is number 1 is a human.
Yep.
Oh no, no, sorry, 5. 1 to 5. That's my mistake.
It's something around
1
there.
to yeah. Well, it goes from number 1 is a human. Number 2 is anime girls
Yep.
who have the again I call them
That cat
Japafurry. I call them Japanafurries. Because they're not really furries, they're just really trying hard. It's where they've got like they've got ears and maybe a tail,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and that's it. You might see some men in there, but it's generally for the cosplayers, yada yada.
Uh-huh.
Then you got 3, like Maid Marian, Renamon, Crystal. Yeah,
I think it's
upright, human characteristic.
Mhm.
They,
I mean-
it's definitely a blend.
well,
Then you've
sorry, I'm
then
just
you've got
go ahead.
It's in the
shut up.
literal. Sorry.
oh, no.
No,
It's in
I
the
was just-
literal term.
Sorry.
Guys. Okay, Keela, say something. Jesus.
It's in the literal term anthropomorphism, human-like.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well,
what
but then
I
you
want to say.
Yeah, that's fine. Like again, that's
No.
you give them more, and then you start taking away from that
Mhm.
because it's no longer mixing; it's removing the human parts of them. Where you get like, I can only describe it as bipedal quadrupeds,
Yeah.
like My Little Pony. Like My Little Pony is anthropomorphic. People hate it when I say that, but it is. They
It
use
is.
technology. They all speak a language that is not species specific. Like the ponies can talk to the griffins, the cows can talk to the ponies.
It's basically a
Um,
lingua franca.
Yeah, there you go. And then you've got literal, lions and shit like that, and actual one that you'd see at the zoo. And if you're number 5, you need to go see a doctor. Not kink shaming, but like
Yes, kink shaming. Kink shaming isn't that bad.
kink shaming isn't that bad as long as you keep it away from me.
Well, it's like when I see some drawings and it's like they get too realistic. They're like, oh, it's normal for you, and it's like you have 6 nipples.
Yeah.
That I think is the line for me.
Oh, trust me, like you guys don't get this on your artwork. I've had multiple people say, I don't like this art because I don't believe in dragons. It's like
That's
says the
who
guy
Gives a
who's
shit
got
what you think. This is
Really?
mine.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. It's like, listen, buddy, you're currently a hyena wolf mix.
That doesn't work
That
as
is-
well.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like, two's actually gone on. I don't believe in the mythicals because they're too unrealistic. I'm like, yeah, says the horse with the 6-foot dick and, balls that he'd probably have to take a wheelbarrow in, if not removed because of cancer.
Or just use them as a bouncy ball.
Yeah, that's actually one of the reasons why I abandoned my basically radical what's it called, accuracy approach.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah, so realism.
yeah, exactly. Like I used to be the type of guy who was like, well, that doesn't work, like fox bird hybrids, for instance. Then at some point it was like when I was creating my own characters, I tried to adhere to that. So I have a specific female avian character that initially had no breasts because birds don't have them. But
Well,
I
you
like
never heard of great
breasts.
tits? Yeah, you never heard of great tits?
But no, but I like them, and over time I gradually started to abandon them in favor of what I want to depict, really.
That
Yeah.
And
that's the Turian tit argument.
exactly, and and that you can be too restrictive in these things, and if you want to be absolutely radical in your anatomy approach, fine by me, really. But
Yeah.
then pull it through. You can't be, oh, that horse pussy is not exact, but tits on birds are fine.
Yep.
Yeah, it's. Oh boy, it is definitely something that, again, as someone who has a dragon persona, it is something I'm going to have to deal with.
And
Mm.
that's
Like,
how
even just at
Conquer,
a
which is
base
disgusting.
level. And even in the dragon, there's like, boobs, no boobs, cloaca, yada yada. It's just like, listen, dude, dragons aren't even fucking real. Technically, I could say all of you are absolutely fake because none of you can fly like Chinese dragons.
Exactly. It's the fur fandom is claimed or called to be one of the most creative fandoms out there. So
yeah, why be restrictive?
Yep.
A lot goes. You can go into the Uncanny Valley crazy as well.
Oh god, yeah. Like especially with face rig now and that. Oh, and the bodysuit that's going to be happening.
Oh jeez.
Yep.
There's also there was also a character I saw a while ago, which was really, really far out there. It has the person wanted to appeal to a large possible audience, to as many people as possible, but in the union of all of these singular aspects, it created something more on the appalling and uncanny side.
Created an abomination.
Exactly. And a while ago, I wanted to think about the porn picture that could appease everybody, and I was thinking about it, and at some point,
I mean, foxes can appease everyone in their own way.
Oh,
it's not possible.
That's one thing I miss about Two's channel is talking to that one person and just making fox jokes all the time and pissing them off.
Are we talking about the same person?
Kai. I remember pissing Kai off a lot with fox jokes.
Yeah.
Alright, I think I actually start going heading off, guys. It's getting darker here.
Okay. So
you
guys can keep going without me. It's been nice to try this out at least. I wonder how long Twitch is going to let you keep your account after this.
I have to deal with you every week, and I've literally been playing and calling it.
Nigga, all women belong in the kitchen, and black people are not people, really. Bye.
Okay, that's the death of your channel.
It's back.
Sorry, I had to do that. No, I'm not gonna actually let that be my last words. That's really going to be...
because you said some horrible shit on my channel before, and no one said a word.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose that's good that you're like with all due respect, a nobody.
Yeah, I can do what I want.
The invisible are fairly free.
Yep. Okay, anyway, I do need to go start pushing the lawnmower. Guys, it's been fun absolutely talking with you. Hope to do it next week. And Aquila, I'll need to do something for an Sketch, if you've got any ideas, let me know.
Yeah, no, I was actually gonna start wrapping it up.
Okay, well, I'll stick around for that.
Just so I'm gonna try and figure out something more visually appealing than this.
Yeah.
Because it looks.
Your face just goes so far.
It's not even my face. I turned that off. I'm obviously I'm obviously not selling subscriptions on my face.
Well, at least you acknowledge that. So, time to wrap it up.
Yeah, give me a moment.
Sorry.
You're fine. But yeah, we'll try. I think we should try doing this again next week. I'm going to try and have better, at least visual, because I think that the conversation we had was good. It was interesting. So
places, definitely.
Yeah. So where was I going? So down below is going to be the link to my YouTube, as well as if you're watching on YouTube, that's where my Twitch is going to be, because I'm actually going to put this on YouTube. Oh boy, let's see that fireball.
Yep.
There's also a link to Discord, so you can come talk to me, Tyro, or Aquila, or any of the other people that we play with. We usually play D&D on Friday nights, except for last night because of... There is the suggestions box if you want to throw a couple bucks my way. There's a donations button, and if you like what you're seeing, there is the follow button. And then if you really like what you're seeing, up above at the top of the screen is that subscribe button, and that'll support me on a regular basis. So with all that being said, thank you for watching, and until next time.
Talk to you,